Each one of these guys is 4.5 hours, so as you can see, my little laser's been working its little heart out. Okay, this is Lightburn. Pretty good program. They give you 30 days to try it out before you buy. Very cheap. I believe it's $40. I'm going to end up buying it. They have tons of videos, but it's pretty much set up like Photoshop. We have our layers here. You could show them by checking them. If you don't know what's what, you could kind of right-click them and it'll flash on the screen. So when I first started out, I didn't have my laser. So I kind of was just playing around. I put this box around with the kind of spacing that I wanted. And I made sure to not let it do anything. It was just for show. So then I pretty much, let me get rid of these guys. I pretty much just built one block and put it in, and then I duplicated to the right size that I wanted, and then I just kind of right click, duplicated, moved them to whatever sizing I needed, duplicate again, kind of just played around with it until I got the correct sizing and stuff. It took me a little bit, but once I watched all those videos, I felt pretty comfortable. And you'll never learn unless you do it. So as you could see, the spacing isn't how I originally had it, but you just have to play. So I'm just gonna Control Z and go back to what my original was. And then I'm like, I can't just have it like that, so I added in these little circular things. Did the same thing, just duplicate. And then I have this line that goes around the whole thing, because I have the EVA foam is 24 by 24 inches. And this is 400 by 430 millimeter, which is about, 15 by 16 inches. So I first do the boxes, then I do the circles, then I do the line, and I cut it around. These aren't the settings. I had to play around with a junk piece to get the correct settings, so I'll put the settings. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the bell. That way you'll get notified of future videos. Also, If you like what I'm doing, I have a Patreon page. Don't feel obligated to do it, but if you want to help out, I would appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Have a good day. See ya. These are the like gym pads, the EVA foam that kind of snap together like a puzzle, 1/2 inch. But I was looking for a laser that would take more of the meat. I was looking for a larger one, but my laser is 400 millimeter by 430 millimeter, which is what, about 15 by 16 inches. So this is one that I tried with holes in it, and it didn't come out so good. I mean, it cut them out, but sometimes when you were cutting them, see those like burn marks right there? That happened when the inside would kind of like fall up against the side, and then instead of cutting down further, it would start burning it on fire. And then I was like, okay, well, maybe I could still use this. But as you could, I don't know if you could see in the video, but it got shiny when I was trying to, I guess, using my heat gun. So you could tell, like, it started marking it, and it's not like straight. I mean, it's pretty straight, but it's not straight like I wanted it to. This would be kind of cool if you wanted to do like a underlighting, kind of like this. If you could see my floor here, just paint it, but it makes a really nice thing for underlighting it. And I have to say that this one is more comfortable than the one that I just do the etching. I mean, it's just more squishier, and it's really, really comfy. I guess because it kind of conforms and goes in a little bit. I'm not so sure how much this one will hold up. Just because, you know, of doing that. And I imagine that gluing it or fastening it to the floor, however you do it, might be a challenge. But it should stick well. Maybe if you put glue on everything and just keep on pumping them out. I think that one was about half the time of my one that I etched. So this one here is the one that I feel is gonna last longer on the floor. It's just etched. And I'll show you what it looks like. But this, you are probably all laughing about my little thing here. But I figured, what's fireproof? Because I didn't have a chance to build a box or anything for it yet. So I figure, what about drywall with the gypsum and everything? Supposedly that could handle a little bit of fire, just in case, because these things could be dangerous. I mean, it is dangerous. Make sure you always have your glasses on and stuff. Now with this particular one, maybe they all need to have a computer hooked up to it, but here I'm running Lightburn. What I did here is I have a window open, and make sure when you use fans for exhaust that you always put some type of filter on it, because my screen outside is loaded with junk. I had to clean it up because it was getting sucked out and going up against there. So I always put something up. Originally I had this. This leads to my Belco doors outside, and I had a big fan coming in and blowing around, but it started getting cold around here. The fall showed up, and now it's getting kind of chilly. So I figure I have to do something else.